And we back at it. It's the No Invite Podcast, Season 2, The Level Up, Episode 34. We back in the building. And you know we got producer Patty. I'm sure if y'all know this, if y'all know what we do, you already know that voice, the golden voice. You know what I'm saying, Patty. P-World, 16th World, you dig?
I heard you call me P-World on the other podcast. I don't appreciate that.
You don't appreciate that, Patty Kim?
And I hear the tone in your voice. You sneak it in, too, and you know it's going to get on my nerves, but yet you still do it.
Patty came for the retribution. She didn't just come to podcast today. She came to fucking set shit straight. I don't like that shit.
Don't you dare call me P-World. I don't be bullying or yoking up nobody. Don't you call me that no more. I am not P-World.
As she tries to yoke me up on the podcast saying that shit. That's what I'm saying. Hey, I ain't never seen somebody try to yoke me up, but they hit and they inhale it at the same time. Don't you ever... I heard the fuck out of that, Patty. Mm-hmm.
I'm Peeboing you about my Peebo name.
She definitely Peeboing me right now, y'all. But this is the No Invite Podcast. We back. Y'all already know what it is. We keeping it moving. And how have you been, Patty? Had to catch Patty slipping. She's over there again hitting that. Are you good? You sound a little out of breath, Patty. You sure you're good?
Such an asshole.
Make sure I don't choke. You know what I'm saying? Well, how you been?
I'm good.
Well, Patty, you know, we've been talking.
Hola.
I'm glad that you're good, by the way. Let me not get ahead of myself now. You know what I'm saying? Make sure Patty's good. I'm glad you're good. It's good to see you. It's always good. I see that we made it back to our allotted Patty time of the week. You know, we only get to see Patty 2 times a week, and that's standards that she set herself.
2 times a week.
2 times a month. Excuse me. I'm sorry. That 2 times a week.
That was kind of what I was saying. I was like, I don't think I do see you 2 times a week. Maybe I'd like to.
I said 2 times a week. She started breaking out in the sweats, and she's like, "What do you mean? That's a lot." In her mind, she's like,
"Way too much.
That's a lot of interaction."
It's way too much socializing for me.
The brown recluse strikes again. Back at it though, Patty. So how you been though? How's everything? I heard you was wilding out last night.
That's not wilding out last night.
I ain't never heard of Patty being hungover ever, and she told me today. She's like, "Oh, hey B." When I talked to her, she sounded like she just woke up out of a coma or something.
I was waking up at that time. I was about to call you, and then you called me. I was like, "Hey, I was about to call you." Be like, "Can we do it a little later?"
I'm like, hold on, Patty.
I'm literally just trying to peel myself out of this bed.
Patty sound like she just walked 40 days and 40 nights in the Sahara and shit. And I'm like, what happened? You okay? She's like, I drank on an empty stomach. I'm like, I don't think that's what it was.
Why would I lie to you? Why would I lie? Why would I lie to you?
I'm not saying you're lying. I just don't feel like that was the whole truth. I think there's a little more to it than Patty don't want to know. You know what I'm saying? Patty don't want you to know is what it is.
No, because I did fast yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, I did fast because I just listened to my body. Like same thing. Like I ate a little bit today still, but I fasted yesterday, and then my dumb ass had a couple of juices, but I wasn't drinking water the way I was supposed to, and then I drank, and then it was just thought I was bigger than my own britches.
What'd you drink? You were drinking tequila and shit?
Yeah, I just had a couple of shots, but then I had some of them little fruity drinks too, and so that's what I think it was. All sugar.
What kind of fruity drink? Like
just like the what are they?
The little pouch drinks?
Yeah, there you go. There's too much sugar.
Let me find out you're over there drinking those club drinks, those pre-mixed drinks that you find in the liquor store that only the fucking the tecatos and the scanteros fucking be drinking and shit.
Remember dudes used to be off the
fucking mudslides,
the little
and
balls.
Shit.
What are they?
Buzz balls?
Yes, I would be like, whoa. I know people used to get a couple of those and pound them like, ooh.
No, you know what I'm talking about when I say the club drinks. They're like they used to be in the liquor store and they were already pre-mixed in the fridge. Not in a can, but they used to be like in a little bottle too, like a little glass bottle, and it'd be like mudslides and different fucking bar flavors. I'm like, come on, man.
I used to drink some of those back in the day, though. Honestly.
This is shit that you see Mad Dog fucking drinking out there. Like, what's happening? What's happening?
Taco Vodka and remember Thunderbirds? What is it?
I'm trying to forget
right?
that. You know, I'm not a
Four Locos.
By no means
the original Four Locos. What are you laughing at? What's
by no means am I a stuck up person, but I will turn my nose up if you pull up with a Four Loko or one of those Thunderbirds. I'll look at you like you dog shit crazy and not even
like you got a heroin needle in your arm.
I ain't gonna lie. Hey, I'll take my hat off, bro. and I'll act like something really happened to you. I'll be like what happened to you, bro?
Please pray for my friend right here.
Yeah, pray for my friend right now. He's starting to drink Thunderbirds again.
There's nothing wrong with him physically,
Jesus
but
Christ.
he pulled up with a Thunderbird.
Oh my God.
Didn't people used to throw Kool-Aid packets in those?
That was the drink. I was just gonna say that.
You know, I had the weirdest combo drink when I was younger. I used to get an OE and a Smirnoff.
And a Smirnoff?
Isn't that weird?
That's not weird. That's weird. That's just what
and
you
an
call...
OE, out of all the beers you could drink, everybody used to get on me like, you drink OE?
That's just, you know what that's called?
OE.
That's called the 90s.
That's called ghetto shit.
That's called the 90s.
It wasn't even the 90s. It was 2000s. Yeah. Like, what you mean? I wasn't on.
No, but see, that's the, I don't care about my life right now because I'm a teenager and I feel like I'm invincible mode. You know what I'm saying?
No, if I drink like beer and I had a choice, I would drink an OE. I like OE.
Let's get this straight first of all. OE isn't beer, it's malt liquor.
Well, I liked that shit.
Fucking
okay.
Patty O-Dog over here.
That was what I used to drink.
How you gonna get mad when I call you Peebo, but you drinking OE and shit and 40s and shit? How the fuck does that make sense?
It wasn't a 40. It was a tall can. It was a tall can.
How the fuck does that make sense?
Don't you judge me. But didn't they used to have this is before I even knew, but I remember people say, didn't they have 60-ounce bottles?
They 64s. They were called.
That's what they were, right? I remember I used to hear about our boys used to be able to put those away, like
those right there were asking for fucking you to fucking catch a case. You're if you're drinking that,
because you're drinking the whole thing.
If you're drinking a 64-ounce and you didn't get arrested, you're fucking blessed, and you should go play the lottery immediately after that because you'll probably win some fucking money. But nah, man, I remember all that
lucky
shit.
ass.
I remember when I was young, they had this shit that St. Ives came out with. It was called Special Brew, and it was made with St. Ives beer, but it also had like different weird ass flavors and shit. It's fucking disgusting. Don't ever throw up off that shit. That shit right there was out of pocket. But you know, Patty, I'm glad that you're okay. I'm glad you made it and you're alive. You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
You know, I was worried about you when I heard, like I said, it sounded like it sounded like you just got like unfrozen from the motherfucking
Captain America.
Yeah, they Captain America your ass. You're like, can we do this shit later? I'm like, what's wrong with you? You okay? I was like, God, I never hear you sound like that. That shit was kind of shocking almost. I even told my girl, I'm like, yo, Patty said she was hungover from yesterday. She's what?
It's unheard of.
Unheard of. See what happens when you drink fucking 40s of OE and fucking, you know what I'm saying, smoke GPC cigarettes and shit.
Don't you dare put that out there about me. I definitely don't do that.
Get the fuck out of here.
Never done that in my life. Now I am setting the record motherfucker straight. Don't you?
Patty's like,
don't you put that fucking evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Out of all the shit I done said to her, she's gonna put her foot down on that. Like, nah, hell no.
Nah, because I don't smoke, I don't fuck with tobacco cigarettes like that. And nope.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Patty,
just because you have defiled your body beyond means and whatnot, just because you have damaged and abused your body to the point of embarrassment, don't you put that on me.
Well, I'm not gonna disagree with you, but I'm not gonna agree with you neither on that though too. You know what I'm saying? What I've done to my body is a reflection of what the world has done to me. It hasn't always been kind, but you know what? I'm still here. So that right there tells you.
Don't say no untrue shit about me.
Yeah,
just
okay,
because
Patty.
you are not completely.
Just so you guys know, drinking. This is your PSA from No Invite Podcast. I'm Blaze, and I want to let you know that drinking by yourself, 40s of OE.
No one did that.
Smoking scante and fucking smoking cigarettes. That right there is the path to destruction, and a first class ticket to meet the devil himself. So I ask all y'all to please, for all my people living in this now and here and now in the world, please stay away from GPC cigarettes. Please don't drink 40s of any type of malt liquor.
You're about to get sued by all these companies for defamation.
Hey, I ain't kicking nothing but motherfucking scientifical facts. They ain't trying
scientifical.
It's a word. It's a word.
Just be confident with it. Vocabulary is 80% confidence.
Exactly. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. You know what I'm saying? So
say it with your chest. Exactly. Say it with conviction.
You know what I'm saying? So
no.
So for all y'all out there still drinking malt liquor and You know what
I'm saying?
We don't
judge. We don't judge.
If you're still drinking, we don't judge. I mean, I'm just trying to give you.
Do you? But don't you put there and say that I did something that I didn't do.
I'm not judging, but I'm just trying to look out for you. That's why it's a PSA, because I care about your life, even though obviously you don't care about your own life doing shit like that. But I mean, you know, that's just what it is. What's up with Bose, man? What's happening? We got the live on this shit like that. But Patty, I appreciate you. I'm glad you're here. You made it. You know, we've been doing the star search. We've been looking for the next great host for the podcast. So far, we haven't been able to find nobody. I mean, we found somebody. Hold on. Before I get in trouble, I'm gonna fuck around and get a phone call right now, hella fast and shit. We did find one person that was actually able to make it when she said she was gonna make it. And I know that life moves around, has a lot of moving parts and shit, but I'm gonna be honest with you, you know what I mean, I don't hold certain things against people. Like if you have like a family emergency or you got something, you work, whatever, I mean but if you just can't make it because you're bullshitting, you're probably not gonna make it. So shout out to
that's just in life.
Shout out to Ann, the best kept secret. She was on the last episode of the No Invite podcast, which was dope. She's a good person, good conversation. How you feel about it?
I liked her.
I mean, you gave me your notes, and they were all positive notes and shit. So, what do you think? You think she got the potential? She could be the number 1 draft pick, y'all?
She had good energy. I liked her vibe, her confidence, and she had a good voice too. So I think those are all very contributing factors.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like for me,
so I dug her. I was feeling it. I liked her.
Yeah, I thought she was a natural. I think maybe because I followed her for a while and she's followed me for years. Like, just one of them people that have on Instagram that you don't know, but you feel like you know them because you done followed them for so long. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like just somebody that falls off or those people that fucking.
It's kind of like that neighbor down the street you don't know, but you do know.
You taking out the trash, you look at them like.
And you've seen them going through some stuff, and they've seen you go through some stuff. You
give
never
them
really
what's up, like how you doing, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying, and keep it moving.
There's some sort of mutual respect there.
So,
like
So that's basically what it was, and I feel like
mutual respect.
For the most part, in my opinion, she was really a natural. I feel like maybe she was just because we were his first time meeting and actually getting everything going. She probably was. She probably really was a little uncomfortable, and maybe not uncomfortable like in a bad way, but just like, when you're in a new situation, you don't know what's going on. You gotta find your comfort level. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find you kind of like where you're in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of feel like the more that she does the show, that does the podcast, she's gonna get way better at that. She's gonna be more. Her conversation, everything else, to just be more comfortable. You know what I mean? Because I don't feel like she was. You could tell I'm comfortable in this motherfucker. You are too. You could tell. And so. The thing I like about having podcasts is not only just having a conversation with people, but it be a real natural conversation to where other people watching it or listening to it, they feel like they're a part of the conversation. So is this
the first time that you actually those guys like met in person?
Yeah.
Yeah, so anything like that. But for me, in my opinion, honestly, for me listening, I thought she did a really good job for the first time in general. And
just listening without knowing that, huh?
Yeah, that's why I was saying. Like, I thought she did a really good job.
I did too. That's what I'm saying. I was like, it could only get better. To me, like, because I do this all the time. We interview different people, and a lot when you meet artists or just business people or whatever it is,
it's gonna be a little uncomfortable at first. Anytime you meet anybody at first, for the most part, it's gonna be kind of weird. But I didn't get that when I was listening.
I could tell somebody that is comfortable speaking in front of people, or at least comfortable talking with me and stuff like that, because you could tell the people that come to the podcast and we have a rapport and they've done it a couple times, they're real comfortable. So they always are good. Like the shows are good. The last show, it was good, but I know that once she gets to her comfort level, she's like, okay, I know this dude. I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I get the idea.
You might let your guard down a little bit and let loose a little bit more. Is that what you mean?
Well, you might get more of the actual person. You know what I'm saying? You might get more of the actual person. And that's when you actually get the real conversation, real good conversation is when the other person feels comfortable around you enough to speak and be themselves. That doesn't mean that they got to tell you everything or you know what I mean? Like, on some bullshit, but at least you kind of know more about them. It's more easier to have a conversation with somebody when they're comfortable with you. And I feel like that, being that how we met, it's going to take time in order for her to really get in her mode. And it ain't going to take time at all, a lot. I think it's just going to take some consistency. So shout out to Ann, the best kept secret. I told her too. I was like, you gotta have some kind of fucking handle. Like everybody got a handle. So she said she the best kept secret. So that's that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? That's dope. Yeah, I can hear that.
Does she like to go by Ann or Annette?
She likes Ann.
Ann, okay.
She likes Ann. I'm not gonna throw a whole name out there like that either. I'm gonna let her. That's another reason why we do the you know, part of the thing is like, you know, I mean, I'm sure people could go find out if they wanted to, but you know, it's a part of doing this type of stuff and this type of thing is like people want to quick. What's your name? You know what I mean? Okay, bang.
That's why I was like, I'm just.
And that's why I said the best kept secret sounds good, and Patty sounds good too. But that's because your personalities are attached to it already. You know what I'm saying? So like, she didn't have one. So I kind of gave her one. I was like, well, she gave it to herself. I kind of suggested that she use it, but I think it's good. It fits her.
That's perfect because I like that she came up with it herself, but then like the encouragement helps kind of like put everything else in place.
Yeah, no, I like that too. I like that about her line. She was real good. The other ladies that are in line for the job have some competition. But I'm all about being fair, and I'm gonna analyze things fairly. I'm not gonna analyze things based on, like I said, if you got a family situation or something happened, you can't make it. That's not gonna count against you. What will count against you is if we set a date and then you just like continuously, you just flat out bullshit, or you continuously. It's like something can't keep happening every day, every time we set a date. Yeah, if it happens once or whatever, twice, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens. You're trying to make way, but also I want people to understand that if you're gonna come to this, I'm gonna need you guys, whoever it is that's coming to do this. I want you to. It's gonna be some level of sacrifice to this. You know, I could be doing stuff right now. I could be spend time with my family. I could be cooking dinner. I could be doing a lot of shit. But I'm here because obviously I believe in something bigger than myself, and I'm trying to build it. And I'm trying to bring people in on it too as well.
Time is a form of currency.
Definitely.
And currency, the definition of currency is a medium of exchange. So you have to exchange one thing for another. That's just what it is. That's what time is. You're using
that this time. So, that's all I'm saying. It's like if you're gonna be somebody that wants to be on the podcast as a co-host, we record every Sunday and we drop every Monday. And so far, I've only missed 1 week, and that was after Mother's Day. And you know what I mean. But I was, you know,
I was just different priorities.
You know, I mean, life is life. That's what said. I could never, what's it called? Because we even break for, like, usually we'll break for the winter. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's just me, you know what I mean? Last year with COVID, it was basically just me. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to keep giving them episodes and stuff. Something, you know, just to give them some perspective and shit. Yeah. So, I mean, it is.
And they kept it moving.
You know what I'm saying? We kept it moving. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you got to do. Like I tell people all the time, it's like the consistency when it comes to anything is what counts the most. You know what I mean? You got to be consistent, and I feel like you always got to be evolving. That doesn't mean that you got to change who you are or what or night and day change. Your core beliefs. Yeah, your core beliefs. I think that's just like how we were talking a few episodes back. We was talking about the you know, about the sacrifice. What would I sacrifice to go bigger in the company? As far as it's like you're always gonna have to, if you want to reach certain levels, you're always gonna have to be some kind of compromise and stuff like that. But if you maintain your core beliefs and stick to those and base what you're doing off those things, then you should be okay. You know
and I think those are like your roots. I think like the analogy of that we're like trees in a sense. Yeah. We need to be watered. We need to grow. Our roots are our foundations, and those are the things that are stable. But then we grow. You know, we grow branches and trunks and leaves and flowers. And sometimes, those are the parts that change. You're growing. You know, you're expanding. You're being able to be more abundant and fruitful. Yeah. But your roots are still your roots.
Yeah, and that should just be in life, period,
and
right?
And that's what you've built on.
And that should just be life, period. And I think like when it comes to the business senses, it's having those roots and stuff and your main foundation, the fundamentals and how you operate. You could tell because you're a brand. You're a brand. So if you want to be like some people are like, I'm a brand, but I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like whatever I can, and that's good too. Like whatever fits the person. I'm not here to tell anybody anything, but when you have a brand and you put into it, you pour into that brand. You want to make sure that you give people exactly what you want. Like, you know, you try to
like you don't have to compromise your core beliefs.
You're trying to give them your inspiration or whatever your vision with the least amount of shit to take away from it. You know what I mean? And of course, like no matter what,
selling out, watering down.
Well, because you could tell you're a brand, so people fall in love with a brand because it's dependable. We got a little topic about that. We'll talk about it later on and shit. We brought that up too, but because we're there's another thing, we're kicking a new format now, and we're gonna try to give you guys segments now, which is something I feel like that I've been trying to incorporate because it's gonna help just the overall flow of the podcast. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It gives people something to look forward to every episode. Mm-hmm. Like, what's he gonna say? What they gonna say? Yeah. You know what I mean? All fucking podcasts.
It's kind of nice to go in having some sort of expectation in a sense, or just some sort of idea.
And just have a flow, because like I feel like the podcast, because all podcasts are different, you know what I mean? And some do and some more free form, like how we predominantly have been is free form. We have a couple topics that we are going to talk about, but the conversation evolves till we get to that point. You feel me? And it's kind of like evolving throughout the whole thing instead of it just being more like clear cut, like, okay, this is what we're talking about right now, you know? Mm-hmm. What do you feel about this? How you feel about that? Mm-hmm. And then we dive into that. You know what I'm saying? So now I want to give people segments because I know like some of my podcasts and stuff like that, the ones I like the most have that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it allows things to flow, but there's some sort of structure. I think it's just like in anything, like especially like with knowledge in school. Like I personally like school a lot because there was a structure to the knowledge. I can go on the internet and research all day and pick information from here and get information from this other person, maybe ask in person, go to the library, but I like organized information. Yeah. I like there to be a structure because that's just I mean, to a certain extent, you're right. And like, it depends on what it is. So it's like if you're in elementary school and you have art for the first, the first class. It's art, but it doesn't have to be the same thing every time. No, but it's art. Exactly. But it's art time. But you allow the class to flow. Exactly. It's art time. And that's you just hit it right on the fucking head perfectly. I can't explain it better myself. Exactly. It doesn't mean we're going to box ourselves in. It just means we have little things that we're going to for sure make sure that we always cover and talk about. Like we're always going to cover and talk about music. Mm-hmm. Like usually we don't do that. We do that in spurts if things that while we're, like I said, it's more free. If it pops up, because a lot of times we got a couple things and we could just conversate a lot about those things. The subjects are real dense sometimes. You know what I mean? So, no, but definitely you just hit it on the head. We just want to give a little structure. This is art time, or this is music time, or this is business time and the best kept secret. Things go a little bit better when you plan them, just a little bit. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can't control the weather, but you can plan a picnic. You still got your picnic. Oh, you're quoting Outcast and shit. You know what I'm saying? But look, you're right. And that's just what we're trying to do. So that's the new format. That's basically where we're at right now. It's the level up. We always leveling up. Even just because the season is called the level up, it doesn't mean we just leveled up at the season. We're leveling up the whole season. Let me clarify. Yeah, let me make sure exactly. We've been the levels. We're consistently leveling up around here, and like that's another reason why I want to start doing those type of ththings. Going back to the structure of the podcast structure a little bit more is because if Ann does come on, one of the cool things that she brings to the table is she teaches financial literacy. That's and she has her own businesses. So she's already an entrepreneur and she helps people that want to get their businesses starting and basically it's like a consultant / other things that she does, right? So I think that's cool. Giving giving her an outlet for her to not only talk about her businesses, but give people advice and have it on a consistent basis on the podcast where every podcast for sure I'm gonna walk away with a little bit of game from the business area, not just in general because we talk about hella shit, right? But just I'm gonna get a little bit of game from the business aspect this time, or so, and me and also the guests that we bring. So all the guests ain't always music. It's always different kinds of entrepreneurs. If you're in music, you have to know the business. Exactly. So I think everybody, especially that's in that sort of field, would be able to give a little bit of, some sort of gem. And that would be cool. That would be cool to bounce that off of her and in between them. And it gives all of us, not only just the listeners, but everybody in here in the room, an opportunity to learn this shit firsthand. Because that's another important thing. Like if you're aspiring in any kind of business or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, that obviously when it comes to that business-wise,
it's good to hear shit like from other people that have actually done it, instead of just like reading it from somebody that reviewed it or studies it or talked about it but doesn't really actually live it, hasn't done it with real experience. So I know personally for me, I listen to podcasts. I learned a lot of shit on podcasts, and I don't mean like their structure. I just mean like tips. Like they'll say like, oh, when I needed to go do this, I went and did this, boom, and I went here for this. And that right there opened up a lot of doors for me wanting to do what I'm doing. So like, oh, I know how to go do that too. Cause what's the name said, he went and did it, and that's how he got his shit started. And I'll go research it, and it'll be, it's on point. You know what I mean? So, always trying to educate y'all and educate ourselves. That's what the fuck we do. It's the Knowing About Podcast. And since we on that shit right now, we got our first segment coming up right now. It's called Here and Now. Here and Now. You feel? I don't know where I freshly cooked, by the way. If it's a little, you know what I'm saying, if it's a little raw, you don't worry about it. The next the next episode got you. We'll throw it on the grill for the next episode. You feel me?
Pop it in the microwave.
Yeah. No, don't trip. You know what I'm saying? That you don't want to overcook this anyways. You know what I'm saying? the seasoning it ain't gonna hit the same. But it's called Here and Now. And this is where we're gonna talk about all kinds of shit, little current events, things like that. You know what I mean? Whatever. If it's more than just the current event, it's the conversation that comes from it. So for people, it's not really like gossip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No. Like it's like we're not telling you shit that you can't already know. We're giving you the conversation behind it, like what you think. So Here and Now, we got. You told me earlier, Patty, you was Childish Gambino. That's how I'm gonna call him no matter what. I don't give a fuck what the fuck. You can't have both fucking names out there and try to be, you know what I'm saying? That shit don't make sense. Just be Childish Gambino. That's what the fuck.
No, that's his stage name, and then he has his real name.
Nah, but then he don't do. Well, I don't know. I can't say that he don't.
Because he got it through his. It was generated through the Wu-Tang. Generator, and so that's how he got it. And
that's
so
how he got it?
Yeah, that's where he got it from.
Hey.
So, like, I was feeling that. So, he was like, they said, this is my rap name. This is my rap name.
I mean,
like,
shit.
And he rocked with it, and it works out for him. Like,
I mean, I guess if it works for you, it works for you. It doesn't sound bad, so,
I mean, he is one of the few who does that, though.
What?
That, like, one of the artists or celebrities that has like two different names for whatever he's
there's a few people who do that,
but usually it's just all across the board, like you're the same name though.
Either one or the other.
That's
all I was saying. I mean, you do what you do.
You can't but you tell that man what he can do.
So what did he say? He said something that you told me. I was like, yo, that's really fire actually, and it's really true. And it may not seem like that to. I mean, it seems like that to us because we've been talking about this and it's well documented. We got the files, baby. We've been saying it on the podcast. So I don't ever want nobody. You know what's funny? Look, you know how I am, Patty. I'm not the fucking trying to gas my own shit up type person. I try my best to be humble about the shit I do. But you know as well as I do, and I've told you many a times I've said on the podcast, we done talked about issues and topics and gave perspectives on stuff. And then later on down the line, I'll hear people on bigger platforms bring up the same shit and talk about it in the same way and give the same kind of context and more or less the same kind of message. You know what I'm saying? So it lets me know I'm not wrong. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I inspired them because obviously I don't think they checking for me. I'm just saying like. Obviously, we're like-minded individuals to a certain sense.
We're on the same wavelength in a sense. Like, exactly. This seems like this is interesting. Let's talk about this. Like, so
beyond that. He said, what did he say? Exactly.
So, it said, Donald Glover on boring stuff. In TV and film, people are afraid of getting canceled. So, basically, like TV and film, it's kind of getting boring because everybody's being PC, Like, everybody's worried about being offensive.
Yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying. And how do you feel about that?
But I mean, I think there's a valid point to that. Like, I feel like that's just kind of what the climate of the culture was this past year as well. Just in general. It
is getting out of hand. I mean, you already know how I feel about it. I've been said it though, but do you really feel do you really feel that films and TV has been boring?
I don't think so.
Or is it just because we're just so used to him? We're so used to consuming so much shit that it's just like.
I don't know. It's kind of weird because it just depends on what you're focusing on. I think because it's like Euphoria. Like that touches. Have you ever seen that show?
No, but I heard about it, and it does touch me. That's what I'm saying. It's like
that's a very like provocative show in a sense. Like it doesn't really.
I mean,
shy away from much. Like, and that was a hit show. Like,
to be honest with you, I kind of feel like, it's not really. There's boring shit. I think if you're bored late, that gotta be a statement. I don't think he was talking about maybe within the past 3, 4, 5 years and shit. I think he was probably just talking about recently, and that could just be like a sign of what's it called, Corona though, because there wasn't a lot of people for a while making films. Like shit's starting to gear up now, and you're starting to see more shit drop because obviously everybody's getting vaccinated and the whole shit, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But for a certain point, everything shut down, so it delayed a lot of shit. So there's a lot of shit.
The cancel culture is real, and I think that's kind of like his point in general. Like maybe people aren't putting out the art they would if they thought that maybe. To
be honest with you want to know what else I think about that?
They wouldn't get canceled. Yeah. I
feel like the only people that really got to fear to be canceled are the people that don't have enough money. Like you don't make enough money, because I'm come be real. Look, let's listen. You seen the show The Boys?
I've never seen the show.
Okay, you haven't seen the show. I'll take that back then. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyways, well, there's a show, The Boys. It's wild. You know what I'm saying? And if they talking about like cancel culture shit, they say crazy shit in there. You know what I'm saying? They still using slurs and stuff like that, but it's all within the context of the story. It's a new show.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like, for me, I don't think personally, first of all, I'm not saying that the cancel culture, that shit is not too much and it doesn't stifle people.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I just don't agree with the part that he's saying that it's boring and everything's boring because of that. I feel like people that got to worry, the reason why is the people that got to worry about getting canceled are people that don't got the big money, not the big studios. The big studios that got big paper, they ain't got to worry about getting canceled shit. That's why they coming up with these shows. Like you said, Euphoria. It may not be HBO, it's not, you know what I'm saying? And there you go right there. That says it all. They don't got to worry about that. Exactly. They don't got to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they have a formula on how they do things, because I'm sure there's things that they just really can't do. Right. And there's really things that there's no place for it. There's no really need to tell that kind of story or to show certain shit that you know already. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things there's just no need for. But because you could tell it without it, but tell the story or whatever. But I think that what he's saying is though true half. It's like I agree with half of it. I don't agree with the other half. I agree with the half based on the fact that, you know, with the cancel culture, the people that can't afford to fight that off, that are still in there, they're still growing.
Maybe that is what he's referring to.
I mean, no, I'm saying,
you know, he's doing it, but he's not, you know, a complete entity yet. Like, you know, he has the potential. You know, he's not Jay. You know, Jay can do a lot. Like, yeah. Because but
even then, like, there's a lot of fucking celebrities that are in certain
So maybe that's what he is referring to.
Yeah, no, there's still. See, the thing I think about the internet now, since it shows everybody, and we're not only getting our information from the news anymore, it's like people get a chance to get to know all kinds of people that they may not have really heard of, and that you kind of get more of a chance to make up your own mind how you feel about it. Now, a lot of people listen to the media and they listen blindly to these other things, and they don't use rational. They start losing their rational thought about things. You dig what I'm saying? But for the people that, you know, like, you know, we take it with a grain of salt. You know, you can see, you know what I mean? People are more willing now to forgive even certain shit than they would any other time. You dig what I'm saying? Think? Yeah, because, well, think about it. We talked about it with the programming in TV, right? And how you said that people believe everything on the news. Well, before there was the internet, all you could see was what was on the news. So they kind of painted whatever perception they wanted to.
All the information was centralized.
Exactly.
So it was easier to control.
It was easier to paint the picture and to get everybody on board. Now that you have the internet and all these different forms of media, like, the news could say one thing, but a video could pop up that totally contradicts what they say. So now it's no more of that. You dig what I'm saying? So I don't know how even this all ties into what we're talking about, but I kind of feel like, yeah, he is talking about the people.
It's not necessarily boring because there's so many different facets that you could get this information or get your entertainment from, that it's not even with just like you're saying with the big corporations, but just in general, it's not really boring to you.
No, it's not.
You don't feel like film and TV are boring. So when he's sitting there saying that it's boring in general for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, okay, like, nah, I don't think it's necessarily boring.
I don't think it's necessarily boring.
Yeah, people aren't doing shit because they're afraid of getting canceled.
No, but you are right. No, and I think that's basically what he was probably referring to. He didn't say it, but he was saying, you know, like,
and this is just quote from like a magazine, so it could be.
So it could be more to it, but
yeah,
he probably
there's definitely more to it.
You know, that part about you know, I'm sure if he was like, especially. Or, you know what I mean? That perspective part should be in there. If not, you know.
And he's in it though. You know, he likes his hands and stuff. You know how he is, especially with.
With like producing
with his work. So maybe he's working with people and he's seen these projects that could potentially be coming out and they're not coming out because they're like, oh, bro, we're afraid. You know what that is a lot though. I kind of feel like that in a sense with comedy.
Oh yeah, we talked about it a lot.
Yeah, comedy is definitely something that I feel like is very stifled because of people potentially getting canceled. You know, because that's what a lot of comedy is. That's what comedians do. Yeah, they take life and they find humor in it. That's an art. Yeah, I don't care what anybody says. Like, if you can look at our weird, crazy ass world and find some way for people to cope with it in a joyous way, you know, without being disrespectful to an extent, of course, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have the right to devalue humans, but we need to be able to laugh, and we can't be worried so much about cancel culture for that. Like, it's gonna take away from that art form. I feel like that kind of, but again, I do see some comedians that are hilarious, and they're more independent and things like that, and they're not.
I think it's the same thing because there's a lot of people.
But like in general, like I kind of feel like, damn, like
even
who's that actor on SNL? He was saying that. He was saying he was just on the Breakfast Club.
Oh, you talking about what is his name? I forgot, man. I ain't gonna lie. I know who you talking about though.
Let me see. Michael Shea. There you go.
Michael Shea, who was on the Breakfast Club?
Him. He's on SNL.
Oh yeah. You're right.
So he's a writer.
Michael Shea, you're right.
And he was even mentioning something like that on the Breakfast Club, how there was something that wasn't gonna come that they write and that they weren't gonna put out. And I think it's for he has like a new show coming out. Dang, I wish I remember what it was. But he was saying
I listened to the episode 2 and I'm blanking right now. I must be stoned for real.
But it was interesting because he said that he didn't want to put out certain things because he wasn't sure how the audience was going to receive it. He wasn't going to sure that it was actually, you know, it's written by Black people, so it's for our Black audience. But he was like, I don't know if I should put it out because even with him and his other writers and stuff like that, because they're like, they need to know who it's coming from. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's interesting because that is kind of, and that then in that's TV and film. So it's like, is that now what we see is out is entertaining, but the stuff that they would have put out, would that have been even more entertaining? So are we getting the boring stuff? Maybe Donald sees that. Maybe he's like, oh, this is what they wanted to put out, but they put out.
Yeah, I'm sure
he's hilarious, but like,
and I'm sure he knows more than we do for sure about that. I don't agree from at least my perspective because of that, and I do agree at the same time because you're right. You know, like I said, it when it comes to the big companies, they ain't worried about nothing. If you get a big company behind you, they're gonna take some of the heat with you. You know what I'm saying?
Not to an extent. I think
if they could get them behind you first of all, you have to convince them that they have to be convinced that this project is worth putting out.
No. They have to know that they can make bread. No shit, of you, that you're worth the bread.
And that's exactly what I mean. When I say put out, that's what I mean. Because they're businesses. They're not like the independent art person. They let the artist be the artist to a certain extent, but because they're bringing them a product, and then they're gonna put it like anything else. They're gonna put it on their platform, put the money behind it, get the best possible, product out there, and see what happens. But and it's because of all the money that's involved in that. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, they're gonna they only gonna rock with what they rock with. But I feel like it kind of in a sense, but then at the same time, the reason why I also don't agree with it because there's a lot of people that are whack as fuck that are getting pushed too.
Yeah.
And they're not getting. You can tell they're getting unnecessary push because they whatever, for whatever reason. They're not really, you know what I mean?
But that's not, they're not, that's all for money. That's not that.
It's not all for money, because you could have an artist that's just really not dope. He thinks he's dope, or she thinks she's dope, and it's boring though, because it's boring when it's boring when
maybe that's another
when it's boring when they push.
It's like they're just putting out. It's boring now because now they're just putting out anybody to make money. Like,
well, yeah, that's and that's exactly what it is.
Some clout, you're like, and they're just doing that because they know it's gonna make money and it's not gonna offend anybody that they've offended now. So like, we know there's a lot of music out there that's offensive to everybody. Like,
yeah, for sure. I think the music hasn't really changed too much.
As long as it's like, it's not any more offensive than it used to be, but it's boring because it's the same shit and everybody sounds the same. Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't call it as far as the music perspective goes, because there's a lot of creativity and a lot of and the thing I think about is because that less fear of getting canceled over that type of stuff. Because, I mean, music's rough. Of course, if you're saying some shit that's going to get on people's radar, you know the things that you can and can't say that's going to get you automatically the heat on you. You know what I'm saying? From whatever. So, but for the most part, I feel like music is still free and untamed. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what, whatever you're in the mood for is out there. If you want somebody that's raw, you know, that's brand new to this, you could go find them, and you could find any kind of music that you desire out there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? From big fucking platinum artists to the kid that just recorded in his room, he fucking mixed and mastered it himself and just uploaded it.
But then again, like you're saying, like this just like that kind of with everything now, because the internet. And so if you go look for it, like, it's really not boring. It's really not, like,
it's just what you into at the end of the day. So no, you know, I agree to disagree, and I agree with most of that though that he was talking about. We're gonna keep it rolling. You know what I'm saying? This the motherfucking here and now. And we have I know you seen the fucking thing with the Amazon kid, right?
Yeah.
Now,
who bought, what is it, $2,600 worth of SpongeBob ice creams accidentally?
Now, I'm gonna give you some old school shit that growing up, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all could relate out there. I don't know about these new 1990 newy parents and shit like that, but back in the day when you did something like that, maybe not like that, because no one back in there we weren't gonna order no fucking whatever. How much fucking?
I think it was like $2,300 or $2,600.
$2,600 worth of SpongeBob popsicles on Amazon. You know what my parents would have probably made me do? I would have probably had to sit there and eat all of those motherfuckers, or at least eat as many of them until I could never fucking eat them again.
For the ice cream man, and your ice cream was $2 and you gave him back $7, they're like, where's my other $1? Like, you do not come back with the right change. Like, even if you tried to do that, like, that was a problem. Like, man, can I go get something from the paleta, man?
Yeah. Like yeah, it ain't
you bought your friend an ice cream too? I didn't say you could do that. Like,
see the difference, right? So I feel like, I would have been sitting there eating those motherfuckers till I threw up, and then till I could never look at a SpongeBob. Till I could never look at a SpongeBob fucking popsicle ever in my fucking life again.
You would have turned into SpongeBob.
I damn near, I'd have fucking, you know what I'm saying? But see, the thing is like this. I thought about that shit. I was like, that's fucking ridiculous. How old was the kid? Like 6 years old, right? Or some shit like that.
He was young, yeah.
He was young.
He was under 10, I think.
I kind of I kind of would, like, if it was my kid, I'd kind of whip his ass though a little bit, just a little bit, give him a little ass whipping. No, just kidding. Because you can't be mad though. The reason why I'm saying is I probably wouldn't do that. I was just fucking around. But to be honest with you, it's like you kind of want to be proud of him because he was able to like do all that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I would not.
No, like I'm saying, just having.
I've seen 2-year-olds using phones. I am not impressed.
No. But I'm talking about ordering something. You had to order it. I mean, then again, it's Amazon. Everything was probably already pre-programmed, and he just hit a couple buttons and said, "Give me 2,600 of these things."
That's what it was.
Yeah, it depends. I guess I don't know.
That's what it's auto-filled. Like that's probably how it happened. Like real shit. That's why. Like I hate that shit. Like because it's like I didn't even ask to order this, but that's how. Yeah. You know how many people buy shit that they don't mean to or don't want because of that? What was it? I seen this show.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because of that, are you mad at the kid though? Because he did something that an adult would fucking do?
No, because I feel like that's. I know it sucks and it's hard and there's no way you could watch your child 24/7. It's just the way it is. Real life is.
Nah, yeah, but you're slipping like, though. If you got all your shit like that, you're slipping.
If you're doing, I think, you know, like you're on top of it, like something. Maybe
I'm
you got
telling
distracted
you, if you're Amazon shopping like that, and you Amazon shop all the time. I think it's just everything like prevention. Like, you never know because you know how kids are.
Like if you leave the bag of flour out on the table and you come back and a bag of flour is all over the kitchen, that's just kind of a part of having a kid. You got to be prepared. Like you got to know, like maybe I should put this bag of flour over here. Of course, kids are gonna do what they want to do.
So do he get his ass beat or not? Is the question.
I don't know. Like I'd have to figure out. I need to know more about the situation. I need context.
That's a fact. No, I was like at first beat his fucking ass, but you're right though. I mean, because there's some kids that know better.
If I sat there and he asked like, "Can I order SpongeBob ice creams?" and I'm like, "No, we have this, we have that, we can't do that right now." And I give you my phone to play on it, etc., etc. And you go and you deliberately do that, and you know what you're doing. Yeah. Then there needs to be some sort of discipline applied. Like there definitely needs to be some discipline there. Like, but if it was genuinely by accident and they have no idea what they're doing. I don't get mad at or fault people for honest mistakes. If it's an honest mistake, it's an honest mistake. That's life. That happens.
Yeah, I mean, certain things.
Now, if you know, the intention is everything for me.
Exactly.
Intention is everything for me.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
But no, I just have to know. Like,
I had to dip off into my old man fucking.
Like, what was it? One day I was telling somebody, like, if I eat the last cookie because I'm hungry, like, I ate it because I was hungry. And the next time we have a bag of cookies and you eat the last cookie because you're like, oh, I'm going to eat this cookie because last time she ate the last cookie.
Right now and the cookies sound hella good.
No, there's a difference.
Yeah, you're right.
Like if you do it just because you was like, I was hungry and I wanted to eat, that's fine. Like, but if you did it because you was mad because I ate the last cookie last time, oh, fuck you. You an asshole. You a bitch. Get the fuck away from me.
And once again, intent
I didn't do that shit on purpose. Like.
And once again, intent is everything. Because if you were hungry and you ate a fucking cookie and there's other food in the house, I'm gonna look at you crazy too, though. Like, come on now, like that shit don't work this time.
What if that cookie was good? Like, it just depends.
See how it's all about intention.
It depends on the intent.
Yeah, you're right about that. So shout out to the kid, evil genius, or just misguided soul,
or just evil, like
evil genius, or just evil. You decide. That was here and now. You dig? You know I ain't gonna outro it like that, but that was just perfect. God. So you know how this shit goes. Knowing about podcast moving and grooving. Right now, this is gonna be the little part of this. You know what I'm saying? Where we basically, we're gonna talk about anything. You got anything going on, Patty? Coming up? Any events? Are you doing anything? It's kind of our little time where we make. It's our little bulletin board. You feel me? Anything like that? Anything going on?
For me, no, not right now.
Not right now. Besides producing the podcast and shit.
Yeah, just like my own
I ain't gonna lie, you put your producer hat on today though, because I really needed you. I needed somebody to.
I had a feeling.
It was perfect.
I had to fill in for some reason, so I was like, okay, let's get our little notebooks out. Let's do what we do. Like, let's have some organization here.
Yeah, no, perfect. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't really got no announcements. You know what I'm saying? Except for be on the lookout, coming real soon. OBB Half is dropping his album. That shit's gonna be fire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Excited for that.
I'm gonna say co-executive produced by me, but
do we have a time frame? Do we have an ETA?
Nah, we're not gonna give. We don't like doing that. We don't like doing that because
that's okay. I just wanted to know.
Because you know what I'm saying? Greatness takes time, so it's definitely on its way. It's called 182A. We do have the name for it. It will be here this summer for sure, and it will be here early summer. That's the best that I can give you right now. Yeah. That's just projection wise and how things are looking. Dropping on the label RiBirth Entertainment. That's coming out for sure. Also dropping this summer is Chico Spitz. Circulate. His album is coming. His EP. Highly anticipated. It's been a little bit since he dropped some stuff too. So a lot of people have been checking for it. And I'm just getting ready to gear up for just all the marketing and the rollout for both of these projects because I haven't done anything music-wise myself. Mm-hmm. So I haven't been doing no music lately. I mean, I've been recording, but I ain't really dropped shit because I really just been in that mode of that. I'm trying to work that. I'm trying to work all these twists and have everything ready so that when we get the product, the album, and it's done, it's in its final form, we have everything ready to go. And then, it's Half's his own artist, you know what I'm saying? He knows what he wants. He got his vision. I'm here to facilitate and help him get his shit going. Whatever I could do to include my little twist on it.
Yeah.
But You know, so once we get the product back and we're in that mode, then he's gonna set the time, the date, and shit. We gonna run with it from there. Nice. And my brother too, he his own boss. Like I don't even gotta do nothing for him. Everything that my brother does, Chico, he does that shit on his own. So yeah, shout out to him because I know that he is very much looking forward to this shit too. I'm looking forward to it. I think probably more than him. I don't think he knows that. But he for sure is looking forward to it. I know he's been working hard on it, so it's gonna be good. Other than that, I ain't got no other fucking announcements. Still got the clothing. Anybody out there, you guys want to purchase any clothing? I'm gonna start doing some no invite merch too, coming real soon. But you could go to RiBirth. You could go to RiBirth Clothing Co. / Big Cartel. That's the website right there. Catch up
on IG.
Also on Instagram, you can follow them at RiBirth Clothing Co. That's RiBirth Clothing Co. CO. And yeah, check up on the latest shit. You know, we're always dropping some unique stuff. We like to do like, you know, we don't just do the regular shit. We do beanie caps. We do ski masks. We do, you know what I mean? It ain't just t-shirts and shit like that. We like to do different products that ain't your average everyday products, but that are dope. And it's streetwear, so you know, y'all get the idea. You know, it's still mask season. I don't give a fuck after this corona shit's over. I'm still wearing a mask. I don't give a damn. Don't talk to me unless you really know who I am and you can come up to me and you don't just recognize from, you know.
I said being masked up, right?
I don't do small talk or chit chat at Walmart and shit like that because Walmart is funk season. Every time you go, it's like Vietnam, you know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta watch your back.
You ain't wearing no slides.
I ain't wearing no slides. Crocs.
We got responsibility.
Just know I'm 10 toes down. Cause look, I be watching fight videos. Hey, it's real talk though, Patty. Cause I be watching these fight videos.
That was so hilarious to me because there was so much truth to that. Like.
Only the real can relate, like I said, you know what I mean? You ain't gonna catch me slipping. I'm never slipping, not even on the side of a swimming pool. You feel what I'm saying?
That's weird though, because I don't like to go out in slippers or what you call.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a slide person unless I'm in the house. Like the most I'll go do is
really
like throw the trash out. I really just don't like to go out
the house without like some sneakers or something like that on. Like,
I can't do it. I just don't like being like we said, it's like you never know, the motherfucking aliens might touch down. I might have to get further. What if a mountain lion or a cougar fucking jumps out of somewhere?
No,
I'm gonna get further on some Crocs. Matter of fact, how I'm gonna die some Crocs. What am I look like when a motherfucker, if something happened to me and I get ate by a fucking mountain lion and the only thing they find is my leg, piece of my leg with a Croc on it.
Airbnb profile pic and some Crocs.
Hey, I'm a cat lover though, so I never, you know what I'm saying? And one thing they say about me when my funeral be like, he loved the cat. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh. No, yeah. I knew somebody who would like leave the house barefoot. Oh, I'm just gonna go to the store real quick.
I can't do it, bro.
I'm gonna go barefoot. And their dad was like, "Don't you ever leave the house without shoes? Like, what if you get stranded? What if this? What if that? Don't ever leave your house with no shoes on."
In the millennial future, we're in the new millennium. In the year 2021, if you're walking anywhere farther than outside of your front yard barefoot, you're a fucking savage, and you need to fucking and something needs to happen. We have to have an intervention for you. Like I don't want nothing bad happen to you, but it's like, bro, don't walk down. If you walking anywhere past, like I said, your own fucking property, barefoot, you're a whole nother savage right there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to say. I'm gonna keep it moving.
I don't know what to say.
I'm gonna keep it moving. You know, before I get myself in trouble. You know what I mean? But look, it's Known by Podcast. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back. Go put some shoes on. Fucking wash your hands and fucking brush your teeth.
And go put a mask on.
Yeah, go put a mask on and take, you know, whatever you gotta do. Banging, we back. Knowing by Podcast. Season 2, the Level Up, episode 34. We in the building. 16th World. Patty, what's happening?
Hola, hola.
So what we got going on next, Patty? Since we format it right, you know what I mean? we trying to give y'all some direction, you know, cause well, I know you gonna say that shit. Go ahead.
What are you gonna say?
I was gonna dip off into my you remember that movie American Pimp?
Yes.
There's that pimp. I forgot his name, man, but he was in the barbershop, And it was one of them lines, bro. It's like, you know how every movie got a quotable line? Mm-hmm. This was probably one of the best quotes. Like, he goes, because if a bitch ain't got no instruction, she headed for self-destruction. And I was like, yeah. I was like, yo, I was going to say that right there. But you know, I'm gonna go ahead and fall back. You know what I'm saying? We trying to have format.
I had to know.
We trying to have structure around here. So what we got next, Patty?
So this is the part of the show where we want to ask, what's on your playlist? We want to talk about, you know, any new music that came out that, you know, caught your ear, you know, just what about this? What about that? And then just kind of like what you're listening to in general. What vibe are you feeling right now? What is the soundtrack of your life right now?
Okay. Well, what's on my playlist right now and just dropped is, for me, it's the new J. Cole project, the Off Season, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And have you heard some of it?
I've heard some of it. Haven't listened to the entire project, but I'm looking forward to it.
It's definitely on my playlist.
You know, I like to sit down and listen to my music. I like to very intimate with my music.
I'm not sure where I heard this from, and I heard it from a couple places. You know, internet shit. You know what I mean? So, y'all, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Ding ding. We need to come with a little thing. We need to have like a little chime or something whenever a motherfucker says some shit that's like, "Don't quote me on this." You know what I mean? we working on that too.
Insert sound effect.
Insert sound effect right here. You know what I mean? So, you know, with that being said, like I have it on my playlist. I heard from a couple places that it got shut down on Apple.
Really?
Like it was, I think, because it was so much activity that it fucking crashed it or something for a minute, or something was going on with it, which is a good sign because Cole, like one of my favorite more new school rappers. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of always been following him since I think the Off Season, you know, I mean not the Off Season or whatever this first album was. That's kind of when I knew about him, and then I discovered a lot of his mixtape shit later because I was locked up in the pen, so I didn't have access to the internet. So I'm not really too what's it called? It's not one of those things where you instantly know if you like this album. It's kind of like KOD. Like KOD, I heard it and I had to hear it a few times, and there's a few gems on there that are like ridiculous, right? Mm-hmm. And I didn't get that vibe. Like Born Sinner, what was that? Forest Hills. Like those are albums I could just throw them in like all the way and just listen
all the
to
way
them.
Through.
And you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I have to give it another fair listen. I'm still.
But Cole is that kind of artist though, in a sense.
Yeah, he's like a deeper artist. So when you go listen to him, it's like the more you listen to it.
It's not gonna be like Drake, where it's like the vibe more sense, like you're just rocking with a beat in the flow. I think
they both communicate their message in different ways.
That's what I'm saying.
And Cole is real, like, you know, what he puts into as far as like his wordplay is real immense. You know what I'm saying? Like kind
of like Nas. That's what it reminds me of, honestly.
Well, there's a reason why they consider him like, you know, and a few other people like some of the greats of this time. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, the jury's still out for me on that project.
Okay, but that's on the playlist. That's definitely on the playlist.
It just dropped. What else just dropped right now recently? That
there's this new Wax out from Pittsburgh. Written in Blood. That's definitely gonna be on my playlist.
What's it called?
Check him. Written in Blood.
Written in Blood just dropped. I gotta check that out. I haven't checked. There's a lot of there's so much music we gotta definitely find. I think doing this segment right here is gonna help us actually, like expand our fucking playlist. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're telling me shit that I didn't even know was out. You know what I mean?
What is that one meme? People who send you new music are important. Yeah, I love that.
That's real talk.
There's some people where all I do is send them music and they send me music. I love sending
that. Me shit too. You always send me video clips or little or links to songs and shit.
That's art to me, baby. Like send me all of that.
What else is out there?
There's a new DJ Khaled.
Yes. I can't say nothing.
Say whatever you want.
Well, no. What I'm saying is I can't say nothing bad about it, but I can't really say nothing good about it neither. It's just like, to me, it's like maybe one or two songs again that are cool, and it's like a lot of them are just what you would like. It's like typical Khaled shit. You know what I'm saying?
It definitely is. But it's good.
Yeah, but
not every single one I'm not rocking with.
Nah,
but
his rollout is crazy. I respect it. I respect his rollout. His rollout is ridiculous, bro. He's everywhere.
I was
overnight, like boom. As soon as his shit dropped,
I was impressed with Cole, because Cole came out of nowhere. Like, ooh, yes, and people was on it too. People were feeling it. They were like, oh, listen, he's about to drop. Oh, it was like, yes, because usually, you know, rappers with substance
Yeah, he woke up.
And it was out of nowhere. It was no promo, no nothing. He was just like, and he's doing his basketball thing. So that's dope because that's how I was feeling with Cole's drop too. Yeah, I was like, he's out of nowhere.
Yeah, yes. It's all perfect timing for that too, though. So, you know what I mean, with the Cole thing, and then with the what were we just talking about? Who was it right now? The DJ Khaled. Yeah. And it's not really on my playlist. But you know, if you hear and there's like I said, certain songs I'm not gonna skip.
I haven't heard the whole thing, but that's definitely on my playlist. So I want to hear what I like, what I don't like. He used that one, hers on that. You know, we gotta fuck with her because she's from the Bay.
You know what I mean? Off top, I fuck
beats,
with her.
Though, you know how you know he be killing it with them beats though. That's what it is. It's like his collabs that he puts and
he's a dope producer, bro.
He is like that. That's I appreciate that because I kind of feel like sometimes that's lacking, like just the.
You ever heard the term overproduced?
No, like I mean I've heard it, but I've never really like understood what it like. I never really paid attention.
From my understanding, once again we have to have that little chime, ding 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 ding. Like from my understanding, sometimes things could be like. I would really like to honestly, because I know that he could do it, is like for him to switch his whole fucking musical approach. You dig what I'm saying? Like, because it's always the same shit. Like, don't get me wrong, that Nas and Jay-Z song's dope.
You liked that?
Yeah, I like the Lil Baby song. That shit was dope too. You know, he got some bangers on it. I'm not in no way, but it's just like I would wish he would like take it more.
We already go a different way.
I mean, a little reinvention. Put it that way. Yeah. A little bit of reinvention, you know, because there is some consistency is good, but it is something as consistent that's just the same thing. You could be consistent and boring. Be evolve and growing, right?
It gets boring sometimes.
No, so that's kind of how I feel with the Khaled shit. You know what I mean? It ain't no hate, but it's just how I've been feeling. Like I ain't really been checking for it too much. It ain't been something that I've been on my list. Sherelle Terry got an album out. You know what I mean? Shout out Sherelle Terry, local artist, you know what I'm saying? But she moving, though. And she got a video. She did a video with somebody. I can't, you know, like I said, ding, 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 back again. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the exact name of the artist, so I'm not even going to attempt to butcher his name. But she got a dope collab. Got like over 1 million views on YouTube. So she doing her thing. I want to make sure to bring that out there. R&B. She's on her R&B type. She rapped, though, too. She got bars. I feel like I know a lot of R&B females that... a lot of R&B women that could rap really fucking dope too. They just don't do it as much as they sing. You feel me? And I feel like if you could sing, you could damn near do any kind of fucking music you want.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like because you're like for you to know how to sing, I feel like you're just more in tune with the music. That doesn't mean that, like, for instance, anybody else, like anybody could carry a tune and anybody could be really dope at fucking, you know, be real like just talented in instrumentation and the music and mixing and there's all kinds of shit, right? But I feel like singers, just because you're like not only creating it, but your voice is your instrument, rather than like a dope composer or somebody that fucking makes beats with his hands, but he uses the keyboard or the guitar as his instrument,
medium,
right?
As his
the
medium,
only different, it's the same thing. Only difference is what's your instrument. Like a singer is using their voice.
Part of themselves.
Part of themselves. It's coming through
them. It's just you.
So
it's just you and your voice.
It's a whole different vibe. So shout out to Sherelle Terry.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's just an interesting perspective because, like, in the industry, they try to limit people in a sense. Like, oh no, you're a rapper. If you're a rapper, you can't sing, and if you're a singer, you can't rap, et cetera, et cetera. Like Lauren, was one of the few that did that like seamlessly.
Yeah, I think
and that people
accepted it. Right.
Like,
it's
you know what I
very different
mean?
now too. That's the cool part about it. Because I'm like I said before, like women right now are kind of on their shit in the rap game right now. Like, there's a lot more successful women than there has been before, and it makes sense. You know what I mean? It makes perfect sense to me. So it's good to see more of that. It's good to see more versatility as well. Like, not just one thing. You know what I mean? Because like I said, she raps, and I'm pretty sure she got some rap records on this or parts where she's rapping, but she just dope at both. You feel me? So shout out Sherelle Terry. That's new music or whatever it's called. That's what's on your playlist. That's a little, you know what I'm saying? I kind of like that because it gives us a chance to discuss music. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm feeling that. You know what I mean? We're going to go ahead and keep it moving right now like we always do. We're making good time. You feel me? We giving y'all some real. See now that's another thing. Now that we're being a little bit more formal with it, I guess you could say. you're getting a lot more quality. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're getting that pure shit, baby. Turn up to this. Get turned out to this, man. I turned out. Hey, you know how I go. Okay, so look, we're gonna take a quick break. We're back. All right, bang, 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 bang. I had to, you know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? Before Patty beat me to it and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to fucking get that shit fucking trademarked or something because it's like, yo, yeah, I'm not saying I invented it. I'm just saying it the way I said it. You feel me? So look, we back. I'm feeling the way that the format's going. I think we're gonna, we still gotta tweak things, y'all. So just know that some things might be here next week, some things might not be. If you guys find something one of these segments that you like and you like how we're doing it, make sure you guys blow them comments up and shit and let us know if you like them or not. We're gonna have business segments. We're gonna have a couple other things. Like I said, we're working it out. But I definitely wanted to talk to I'm gonna say this is gonna be like this is where you get really, really bad advice from me. So ding, 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 ding. Like this it's the petty hour. And I'm your host, Petty Kruger, and just wanna let you know we're gonna play we're gonna get off into part. We're gonna get off into the song from Petty Riley. Ooh, the petty hour. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to get the Quiet Storm fucking music to pop up and shit. You know what I'm saying? But look, no, okay. So look, you already know. And it's a thing. You're hella petty. Yeah, I'm stupid ass petty. Watch. You guys ain't have no idea. Watch. This is going to bring all the petty out. Watch this. So check this out. You know about the Bill Gates and Melinda Gates thing they're breaking up, right? Right. So you also know that there's like, I just remember this too. There's also a thing on the internet where people are showing screenshots of them sliding into their DMs and like trying to holler at them. Into the Gates' DMs? Yes, into the both girl. Both of them, Melinda and Bill? Both of them. Hilarious, right? And look, I just remembered this, so I'm glad. This is the beauty of having structured shit, right? Because you help me remember shit, right? So I also seen a video, and I don't know, could be like a prank video or a scam video, but there was this lady that said she slid into the real Bill Gates. I seen it on WorldStar, right? Okay. And she made a video. She said, I slid into the real Bill Gates thing. Da, 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 da. The next day, I get a DM from a different Bill Gates account saying I don't really talk on my main account, holla at me here. And he started getting at her, and he basically finessed her out of some money, like her rent. Like I said, why would Bill Gates need your money? She said some shit like, because I have money, I have to prove to him that I was loyal with my money, or some shit like that. I forgot. I was like, yo, oh my goodness, why would Bill Gates need your money? Finesse of the year. It's still early, y'all. Oh my still goodness. Taking submissions for that. What is going on? That should be a whole segment in itself. I swear, like, there's so much stuff that's been going on. Like, I had no idea that people were putting gasoline in bags. I had no idea that there was a shortage on Coke, like the soda. Like, I didn't know that. Sure, Patty. Sure. Somebody got finessed. Give me your money, baby. That's how he got so rich. He said, that's really how Bill Gates really got rich. And whoever, it's wild. Microsoft is a front. It's real pimping, baby. It's pimping all around. Pour you a cup. Like they said, if she don't come with instructions. She's headed for something. I was just going to say that shit. Look, and then it ain't me that said it. I'm just saying it. I'm quoting this. So don't get on me about this shit. This is just what it is. You know what I'm saying? If she ain't got no instructions, she had it for I had to say it. It was there. I'm sorry. I apologize if I offended anybody with that. I had to say it. Y'all can't get on me about nothing. I had to say it. But yeah, no, that's ridiculous. So she got finessed. But now look, to bring it back to them, right? Besides that's probably why they broke up though, with his finessing ass. So she was like, this motherfucker, she don't finesse. Yeah, we rich. He still finessed her. That's ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know, like I said, if it was real or fake or not, but it just boggles me sometimes the shit that people do and really believe that shit. Like, we all been almost finessed, or some people have probably been finessed on the internet, like just buying shit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But you order something and you don't get anything like the product that you ordered, like and even down and that's a form of that's a form of finesse, you know what I'm saying? And then the old bait and switch. There's a lot of those bot accounts too where they be like old ass ladies post up pictures, but it'd be like old fucking cougar ladies posting up pictures talking about she's looking for sugar babies and all this shit, and it's a scam too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like the same thing with they be like, this is Grandmaster fucking Theodore for the Illuminati chapter fucking USA.
Oh, yeah.
They hit you up. Do you want to join?
It's just the whole Nigerian Prince email scam. Now it's
the same shit. Just got different.
They've been scammers, snake oil salesmen since the beginning of marketplaces.
It's like, bro, I don't want anything like just approaching me in the DM like that. It's like, bro, I don't want nothing you talking about, bro. Just leave me alone. Like, I don't even got it like that. You know what I'm saying? What you mean, like, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's just another scam. You know what I'm saying? But back to them though. So when it comes to in your perspective, like, I guess they didn't have a prenup, or they did. I believe they did, right? Or something like that.
I don't know.
They had something because...
what they had an agreement. It wasn't a prenup, but they did have an agreement, like some sort of official agreement of what they said, basically, like, who gets what.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like called a prenup. It was something different. Probably because they got so much money. It's a whole different level. Like, they got different, they use different shit. It's not like a regular divorce.
I want to get paid in all...
They're like dividing banks up and stuff and whatnot. Like,
I want to get paid in all gold coins. like ridiculous shit. Like, you know, you know what I'm saying?
I want 2 swimming pools full of gold.
I want to dive in there like
I want
Scrooge
one
McDuck.
full of coins and I want the other one liquid. And I want...
all that. So I mean, look. So when it comes to stuff like that, do you believe, like, because there's a lot of people out there that think that no matter what, she was with him, she should get half regardless. Do you think that is, like, let's say you're a founder of this big company, you do your thing or whatever the case, you just got a lot of money and you marry somebody and you guys part amicably or whatever, how the fuck you say it. You know what I'm saying? Because my fucking content
You're
list
right.
too. But you guys, whatever. And do you feel that she deserves half that bread?
Well, they were together. I think it's like everything's all again conditional. They were together for 27 years.
You right?
And so wasn't she with him before he had money?
No,
like that?
Microsoft 27 years. Microsoft been cracking.
But not like that.
Windows 96 is what kicked them off. I think that they took them into the stratosphere. Like so 96.
So that's about 25, 26 years. So maybe she got with him right before.
She got with him right before she lucked out. She was like, yeah.
There was shut up. Anyways, there's that, and also, if you're a like a real couple, whatever that means, you know that whatever something's building, it's not usually just you. Like, you have support from your village.
So hell yeah, I cooked his fucking food. I washed his dirty ass drawers when he was out there gritting and grinding and shit.
You know that all makes a difference. Just being there,
it does.
Supportive, like with presidents. A lot of presidents
but
consulted.
Does that mean she get half though? Does that mean she get half of it though? Like, was she out there in the trenches? Did she have her boots laced out there? Was she taking shots when they were shooting? Like,
and that's when you got to think, like, so what are you considering value in a relationship then? Just somebody who contributes to your...
Bitch, my time is value.
Okay, so her time isn't?
That's how I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
So her time isn't? And the support and the love and, again, the moral support that you provide, that's not valuable?
No, you right.
Like, let's say if it was the other way around, let's say
we just finished saying that though. You're right, because what do we say? Time is currency. You know what I'm saying?
I think it just depends.
Because
you can have a checked out partner as well.
I'm a counter with that. Well, if you weren't with me, would you still have all this? Would you be able to go get this if you weren't with me? That's how I feel. Sometimes.
And the other way around, would he have been able to accomplish that without her?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, maybe not exactly the same, but yeah, I mean, because he's a fucking genius and he been doing this shit, you know. He didn't in 96 when they first came up, when she first got, it wasn't like he just stumbled onto this shit and like, yo, we fucking hit fucking Texas T out here like the Beverly Hills.
What if she was in IT too? What if she was in tech? Maybe what if he's like, because he was the man, especially then, he was, that's what I'm saying. It's conditional. It's not like there's this one, like, black and white, one note, like, way to like deal with it. It just depends on the situation. And I think that she helped a lot with like building up the foundations. So it depends on how involved somebody is, because you could have a checked out partner. You could have somebody who's just kind of there, you know, and that's just what the relationship is.
They were saying that he would go on vacations with his ex-girlfriend though.
I seen that too.
I see some shit like damn.
But again, that's their business. What if they have like open relationships? What if it's like that's on them?
They got so much
like,
money. He's
business.
like, bitch, I'll do what I want. You stay here. You could go. What you want to do?
Oh my gosh! But if she knew the whole time that she also was entitled I'm not saying
to she wasn't doing her
that,
thing.
Yeah. So it's like they both like, and she's like, yeah, I helped build this up. So yeah, I'm gonna do whatever I want to. Like, it just depends on how involved somebody was. And again, it was a 27-year marriage. It doesn't seem like they, in their situation, I think they actually cared about each other, and I think they actually helped each other. So I would say yeah, because you guys built it together. I don't think you guys can do it. Everything happened the way it happened because of the situation. So it's like, so you couldn't have did it without that other person. It wouldn't have been exactly the same. So she couldn't have did it without him. He couldn't have did it without her. Honestly, It's like, I think maybe it's like both ways.
So what do you think they're doing about their friends though? Because I'm pretty sure they got mutual friends and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think everybody's grown. And I think everybody has the right to make their own decisions.
I'm like, fuck that.
We are.
I think you're on a fucking war. You either here, you over there, you ain't in between. That's it, period. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I'm gonna tell you like this. If you're my ex, you don't know my friends anymore. None of my friends, none of my family. Don't be calling and checking.
So I can't talk to Mo no more?
Nah, that's it. If she fucks up, she's dead to me. That's it. You better remember who your real fucking friends are, Patty. I want to hear this shit later that you're like, nah, but fuck that. We ain't doing that.
Oh my God.
Petty.
What about the dog?
Well, that's not my dog, so I couldn't take it. He gotta go. But even then, if he gotta go with her. You know what I'm saying? But even then, if I seen him on the street, I'm gonna look at him and just look away like I don't even know him. Like, that's it.
Okay, so serious question.
I know.
What about your kids?
What about my kids?
Can he not be?
That's it. Nah, hell nah.
Can he not be cool? Like, what if they formed a bond?
You know why? But you know why that's a problem? Because if it's an ex, if it's their child, obviously. But if it's not, then it's like, if it's an ex.
But it's somebody that holds a really special place in their heart. And it was just like, they filled a void that nobody else did.
Maybe, I think everything when it comes to that in time. But I think like it has to be a period where that shit separates. You feel me? And they also got to be the circumstances of the situation and how they how things ended. Like if it ended ugly, like hell no, it ain't cool.
That's
Fuck
also again
life.
that
you know
depends.
What I'm saying?
Like
and you better have my back on that shit too, because it didn't. You know what I mean? It's like it wasn't like it was. But if I'm the one fucking up and I'm a piece of shit and I was doing all the foul shit and I fucked it up, I mean I can't really be mad at y'all. You feel me? Like if you know what I'm saying, but at the same time, Patty, ain't no extra hanging out though, neither though. Y'all could be cool, y'all could maybe follow each other on Instagram, but that's it. It ain't cool.
And if I do, what you gonna do about it?
We finna have
what you gonna do about it? You ain't gonna do nothing about it.
I'm not gonna say nothing on the podcast. That's how I feel like. I'm gonna just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm the total opposite. Like I'm like.
That's because you cool with everybody. I mean, not everybody, but you like. You cool.
I'm reasonable. I'm not petty. Like
I mean you gonna call it what you want to. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the exact opposite. I'm like, you're your own person. You can make your own decision. If it bothers me, I'll let you know. I'll communicate with you. But like, it's not like, because I feel like people's relationships, regardless of whatever it is, everybody's dynamic different. The same dynamic, because people, you gotta be honest. When people are in relationships, sometimes they act different with that person. They don't treat that person like they treat their friends, and vice versa sometimes. Like, and that goes for men and women. Sometimes they're like super mean to their boyfriends or their girlfriends, and it's like whatever happens between them, like there might be a legitimate reason why the partner was like, hey, I can't be with this person anymore, and you kind of notice that, but I don't judge them. I'm just like, but I'm
judging.
Like, because throughout my whole life, you've always been cool with me. You never treated me like that. And I can tell you though, you shouldn't treat people like that, and agree with that. That's not cool.
It's all case by case with me, like I said.
But like,
petty. I'm about to get that echo like the old school 80s DJs. Petty.
Like it all just depends on the situation and things like that. So it's.
Yeah, I guess.
You making a lot of sense, but I don't want to hear that shit right now.
Making a lot of sense, but it ain't changing nothing in how I feel. So I'm just accepting it because that's what friends do. We hear each other out.
That's your prerogative. That is
right.
your. But I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it does feel good for your friends like ride for you like that. Like I don't care. They wrong. We don't like them no more. It's team fuck them. Like.
Whatever, dude. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
You didn't hear anything I just said.
I did, but really, I'm still like on that petty shit because I don't give a fuck. He
went through it real quick.
Just remember, Patty, you my friend, okay? I knew you first. So just remember, I'm not even gauging that.
You my couple noodle cousin first.
Just remember that shit. And all my friends out there, and vice versa. You know what I mean?
So in Bill Gates, it's like, what if you had to choose sides?
I think when you're making, I think. Oh, who am I choosing off top? It depends on who I came in the game with. Like, that's just loyalty. Like, if I came in the game with,
what if you were
Bill
at
Gates,
like a function and you met them both at the same time, and you guys just like Well,
I'm not hanging out with both of them more. I'm gonna hang out with one more than the other, and probably it's gonna be Bill Gates to be keeper with you. Because if I meet a couple, I'm not out there trying to hang out with dudes old lady.
What if you do? What if you just like you and your girlfriend? You guys are just like you guys all start kicking
different.
it. But then again, you probably are gonna kick it. But
if we all kick it, like we become like a group of friends. That's more common. But it's like,
but if it's not okay,
but even then, they not always together. So if I'm gonna be like, hey Bill, what's up? We finna go turn up. You know what I'm saying? Snort some perks and fucking shoot fucking beer cans in the backyard. You want to go? And, you know what I'm saying? That's probably who's gonna get the invite. If I tell that to his old lady, it's gonna sound wild.
But you're just inviting both, and they're a unit, so you just adjust the message.
No, you adjust this probably, but I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. If you my folks and you fuck with somebody I don't fuck with and that's your girl.
What if it just really didn't work out, like, and it was really like a mutual breakup? It doesn't matter?
No, it don't matter. Why the fuck would that matter? It's the same shit.
Because it does matter.
Y'all not gonna hang out and then I'm gonna go with my friends.
If somebody used you and they was just like, fuck you, and it was just like a horrible partner, that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing as when just people fall out of love. That's not the same thing.
What you mean? Like, no, it isn't the same thing. But it's a loyalty thing. Like, for instance, okay, if it's the other way around and my partner breaks up and with his ex, I'm not gonna be cool with his ex and try to hang out, talk to him, and maintain that similar relationship that I would when they were together, for the respect of him. Because if I'm over there and we're all cool and my girl's still cool with her, and come over to the family function, what's that gonna happen when I invite my friend over? That's gonna be awkward. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that to my people.
You guys make it awkward.
Nah. Say what you want to say. Even if you part, what's it called? It's still a little awkward. And it's not only awkward for them, but it's awkward for us that we know the situation.
If you make it awkward,
but everything is a case by case thing, though. Like if most people don't break up on good terms. A lot of breakups is like fuck you, you know what I'm saying? Eat shit and fucking carry on.
That's because.
See, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Necessarily how it should be, though.
Patty, what you know about relationships? You be in the fucking house all day, like by yourself, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't fucking talk to nobody. I guess you have a relationship with yourself, but like I'm just saying. But I'm talking shit too, by the way.
What's your call? I'm not in a relationship because I know how relationships be, because they be like that.
Exactly.
They're possessive.
Exactly.
And everybody in society, yes, that is possessive. That is possessive.
How?
Because that's being possessive of your friends. No, you're with me. You're not with them. It's either me or them. Why does it have to be against?
Right.
Why does it have to be against?
What if they're against me?
Again, it depends on the situation, but that's not what we're talking about. If she cheated on you and then she used you and she was just a bitch and a bad partner, that's not the same thing. I probably would have rocked with that person in the first place.
Yeah, but you gotta, I said,
it's like...
It's not even that. It's loyalty. It's different. It's not possessiveness. That just because I expect that from you, that don't mean I can't make you not do something. You're gonna do what you do. But that's
not fair to somebody to make somebody choose if that's not really in their heart.
You don't got.
That's not being a good friend. You're sitting there saying you're not gonna be a good friend. You're being disloyal, but you're being a bad friend by making somebody choose.
It's me. So if it ain't me,
that's fucked up.
Then it is what it is. You know
that's fucked up. That's possessive. That's fish love. That's not real love.
Fish love.
That's what. Oh, I love fish. I love fish, and then you eat the fish.
I love cows, and I eat the cows.
But do you see how that's like a distorted, dysfunctional,
because I love you so much,
fucking form of love?
Because I love you so much, I chose you.
You've never seen that meme though, with the guy who was talking about that though. He's talking about fish love and how like that's kind of what it is. Like people sit there and say they love animals, animals.
Man, I don't take no fucking advice from no internet dude, especially after that other cat got caught flat out doing all the shit he was doing and how he used to bash dudes, Derek Jackson or whatever his name is. Anyways, he had his girl looking crazy. I ain't gonna, you know what I mean?
There's hella shit on the internet, boy. There's valid shit and there's invalid shit on the internet. You can't just say what you just said. Like, what the fuck?
People are frauds. Not all people, but a lot of people on the internet be
It was
frauding.
a good point, though. It was basically like, it was explaining like a selfish form of love.
I feel you.
Like, that's not
and I'm joking. You know, I understand all this shit. I'm making fun of it because sometimes to me it's just hilarious, though. Like, don't get me wrong. But as far as that, and in reality,
serious,
in reality,
that's why that's hilarious.
No, I am serious, but I'm not serious because, like I said at the end, I can't control what people do. And if you're gonna do that, I'm not gonna not fuck with you, but I probably wouldn't fuck with you as much. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just not like that. So it's I would never be like, fuck you if you don't. You talking to him, fuck you. I ain't fuck. Don't ever call me. I'm not that type of person. You feel what I'm saying? Like it would affect our relationship, but I mean. It, like I said, it all depends on the circumstances. Like,
but
if we partied on good terms, like we said, the circumstance, we partied on good terms, and you all still cool and it ain't no big thing, then it wouldn't be as bad as if the bitch did me dirty, or if she stole from me, whatever the case might be.
Yeah, that's
and
different.
And then you're still cool with her. Like,
That's
you
different.
dig what I'm saying?
That's
shit like
different.
that. But it ain't just that, but just did me dirty in general. It's like, you know what I'm saying? This bitch stole all my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Whatever.
No, that's not the same.
No,
that's not
but
the same.
that's
Because that's
saying.
what happens though in a lot of relationships. People just
and
fall out
probably,
of love, and then you got to pick, and then it's like, but it's not my fault. I
Nah,
wasn't in love with either of you motherfuckers.
Divorce,
but I
that.
love both of you. What the fuck? Like,
Patty's all torn. I love both of you. What am I to do? Get the fuck out of here. You know what to do. Do what's right. You know who you came in the game with, baby. Anyways, it's the Knowing Vibe podcast. I think we did good. You know what I mean? We bodying it right now. You know what I'm saying? It's probably and you know what? I'm digging the format shit, Patty.
Right.
Patty, producer, had on today, and I appreciate it a lot. I really needed the feedback and the help and all the ideas and creativity and just the energy. Knowing Vibe podcast, Patty. Where can they find you at?
16th World.
On Instagram. You can find us at no_invite_podcast on Instagram, as well as all your favorite podcasting platforms like Spotify, fucking Pandora, wherever you listen to podcasts. More than likely we're there. We're on the platform. You could also find us at RiBirth Media Films on YouTube. That's our channel. That's RiBirth Media Films. That's Films with a Z. Yeah, that's where we at. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Patty. We finna get this shit rolling and going. You know what I mean?